people have called me a griefer, an inter, a terrorist, or whatever. Well, so I play bot top lane, but I'm never top. That's the thing. But I am a bully. I'm a jungler bully. I'm a mid lane bully, and I'm a I'm a bot lane bully. And I'm the type of bully who always fights while we outnumber them. I'm a coward. If the enemy jungler is starting red alone, well, I will show up and I will beat his ass. And this is 2v1 because red is hitting him as well at the same time. So yeah, I guess I'm big bully big time this way. I'm Binet. I'm pretty famous for playing bot top lane. I've been doing this the past 2.5 years. I've gotten Grandmaster every split. Right, I started League in Season 5, and this is actually when Bard got released. So I ended up being a Bard OTP from the get-go. So I've ever played Bard. And on release, he was kind of goofy. Everyone thought it was a troll pick. Like, you would just pick Bard support and people would flame you. As much as I could flame today for playing Bard top lane. Because the champion was considered very bad. He was kind of hard to play, and he was quite bad back then. He got buffed 15 times in a row, I think, or 17 times before he finally got nerfed. But yeah, I just felt like he was a cool champion, and I kind of vibed with the fact that he was well, he has excellent damage, range, team fighting, and well, above all, it's his roaming potential. As everyone knows, Bard is probably the most iconic champion when it comes to roaming. He can be all over the map, and he can help his team go all over the map as well with his portal. It's his true identity, and he's just got a very well-rounded kit and thematic going on, with only one main ability being his Q and the rest being flavor.
Très très beau. Oh, le démonique qui est appliqué sur tout le monde. Allez Samira. Oh fucking shit, man!
In the early game, Binet does the exact same thing every single time. He roams. Bard's early roam potential plus his Q allow him to terrorize just about every other laner in the game. By constantly roaming and outnumbering the enemy laners, he always gets his teammates to get priority in the lanes that he supports. This means that his mid laner, jungler or bot will be able to have an advantage in invading the other jungler or in lane. However, the one thing that Binet tends not to do is to go top lane.
I mean, I have so many cheese strats. We can late invade the enemy bot jungle as 4, because you have to understand, I don't go top lane at all. So I'm like a free agent on the map. I'm a second support or a second jungler, CC me as you will, but I can go wherever. For the first 5 minutes of the game, I'm completely free. So either I can help my bot lane and my jungler take the enemy jungle, whether it would be top or bot jungle, it depends. It's all about the matchups. So we can, yeah, either invade either side of the jungle, whichever is best, or I could just get level 2 in top lane. I just need 4 minions because of my chimes, so I grab 4 minions, get 3 chimes, and I get level 2 this way. And then I can run mid, gank mid, go back top to get the wave once it's crashed, or I could go bots, I could invade the jungle, I could defend my jungler's opposite side. It really depends on every game state, so I'm constantly adapting my game plan according to what I think is the best win condition in each game.
When the enemy top laner starts with the first wave, Binet looks on the map to see where he is most usable. An early invade on the enemy red, a cheesy mid gank, or even a full-blown bot attack. Not a single lane is safe when Binet is in the game. Bard top is undoubtedly a support tank, but he doesn't function like any other support tanks. While his early roaming potential is strong, he doesn't have a lot of tankiness like other support tanks do. He has good mobility and a strong CC and playmaker vibes, but it is not oppressive in the way some other support tanks can be. Now the mid game is a little different compared to other games, as Binet is igniting enemy players when there is actually a fire going on in top lane. Here is how he handles it.
I mean, mid game is well, since I'm not the top, so the idea behind my strategy is that the enemy top is gonna play 1 versus 0, but my team in global plays 5 versus 4. So after the early game, if I've done my job properly, my entire team is fed. So the enemy top is super fed, but my whole team is fed because my jungler stole camps, my mid laner got a few kills, and same for bot lane. So now the idea is to deal with the fire we have in the top lane. So enemy top laner is either gonna decide at that point to keep pushing top lane and dig a hole in our base, in which case our job is to catch him on side and prevent him from being able to do that by laying down the deep vision in the lane and setting up portals to catch him, or just by being on the opposite side of the map and exploding his whole team, which means that he has to group, otherwise we are the ones digging a hole in their base faster than he can. So either that, or the enemy top laner decides to join team fights because he feels like his team is on fire as well, because he sees everyone is 0-3, 0-4, so he has to help them, right? He is the one with all the gold, all the resources. The pressure's on him to perform, to carry the game. So he's gonna group in team fights and try to use his lead to get them objectives. Well, then you have to deal with him. So yeah, it's all about where I'm needed most. When your goal in team fights is to land as many Qs as possible, and use your ults either to initiate good picks by catching immobile champions, or by winning team fights by putting key targets into stasis when they want to be doing stuff.
Now, what makes Binet so unique in his ability to play Bard on a high level? Well, his mechanics on his Qflash. Even though Bard isn't a very mechanical champion, his Qflash is a must-learn, and here is how it goes.
The one mechanical combo on Bard you can find is the Qflash. That's something I'm really fond of. So the way it works is that you can press your Q before you flash, and it will not change the direction in which the Q goes into. It will not change the end point. It will change the starting point. So this is very useful to surprise enemies, and even in general, because it will get rid of the casting animation. So you save time. You basically save time, and Q flashing is super important on Bard. You can change the angle, or you can even go in a straight line. It doesn't matter, but it's essential. If you want to be a good Bard, you need to learn to Qflash.
Bard top requires commitment. You may be ranged, but you have to commit to going in. Bard doesn't have any hard damage abilities, so he relies completely on his teammates to secure a kill. If Bard can provide the gap closer and the stun, his teammates can do the rest. And just like a revolution, if you want to win, you have to take risks and commit yourself to the dark side. Start with World Atlas and control Ward for the early roams, Vision and Gold. Without World Atlas, you'll encounter gold problems very quickly and won't be able to buy new items. Rush your boots, get your symbiotic souls or steel-plated caps as quickly as possible. Binet goes the exact same build every single time, rushing Heartsteel or Deadman's Plate. Binet consistently does not buy laning items in his games because he rarely stays in top lane anyway. Your next tank support item after Heartsteel or Deadman's Plate is either your Bloodsong upgrade from World Atlas or one of the first two items. The rest completely depends on the enemy composition and how fed you are. To come back on the boots, you can go Symbiotic Souls for more safety. If you know you are going to recall a lot, you can easily re-enter fights within 15 seconds due to the fast recall. You can get steel-plated caps if you are more needed to be in the frontline tanking position. For your third item, get Canik Rukern or Knight's Foe for the magic resist or for support. For your last few items, continue to buy whatever support tanks items you did not purchase from the early game. For your runes, this Electrocute page is the only one that you should be taking. Relentless Hunter really goes well with the constant roaming so that he can rotate to objectives a little bit easier. Take Celerity and Gathering Storm in the Sorceress page to have another movement boost and added scaling towards the late game. Take Attack Speed with extra HP along with scaling HP. For your abilities, max Q, E and then W. The reason for this is that when you're going Heartsteel, you don't really need the extra heals from your W, so E is better to max second. All in all, Bard top is a very unique top laner, and he is basically never there. He is a mid-range support that needs to be roaming constantly to come to his full potential. He scales better than most other top laners because he can blow up your team. While you are farming top, he is farming your teammates. Now here is a message from Binet for all League players.
Yeah, you know what? I'm climbing, okay? I'm good at the game and I'm climbing. In the end, the goal of this League of Legends games we all play is to do whatever we can to destroy the enemy nexus. So this requires adaptation. If you consider that I'm taking 9 people hostage every game and forcing them to play my way, you're absolutely right. But so does everyone else. Okay. If your support picks Chana or Nautilus, you as an ADC are forced to play a certain way if you want to win the game. It is the same with everyone. If your jungler picks Lee Sin or Shyvana or Nasus, you have to adapt. So that I think that rhetoric is kind of it doesn't work really. If you want to come at me, it's not the best angle.
I think.
Okay, I'm gonna do the trick, okay? Look.
Yeah.
Punish him!
Please. Nautilus, I believe.
Yeah,
I
dude,
believe in
it
them.
looks cool. We need to kill him now.
Nah,
Fuck!
no.